NA. I watched a lot of the matches last night and this morning, but I want to see Zul on this map. I want to see him, especially with how these games have been going. I really feel like he's a strong pick right now. If you don't get ETC, take the Zul.
Yep, and I feel Zul is also a possibility, but I think Gul'dan will be the key into this drive, as Mighty just turned around so many team fights with that Horrify, and also Lockdown is also a great Gul'dan player here. So let's see where Gul'dan is picked. It is Tempest first fan, so they will have the first opportunity to take Gul'dan if they want to.
It's not a Falstad map. I think we might see Mighty actually just ban the Gul'dan, to be honest with you. They already did ban it once in either Game 1 or Game 2, but I think it's not out of the realm of possibility just to see the Gul'dan get banned here. It will allow Tempest to take Zarya, which is another one of these heroes. Like, we're looking at all these strong early game wave clear and pushing heroes. Gul'dan immediately locked in for Tempest. That means that Mighty might want to take the ETC. They're not going to take Zul this early if they're going to take him at all. In fact, they probably won't. This is just my selfish dream. My selfish dream was once the Twilight dream. I wanted to see that in a pro match, and now it's the meta. Maybe my dreams will eventually become reality.
Yeah, it did, and it's maybe in the future too. With this, Mighty can... Nasang on that Malfurion was just furious going in at the last moment. We might be able to see that again. And even an ETC, I don't think they necessarily have to take ETC yet. They're gonna go around with that Varian. Sign looked not so perfect on that ETC today, especially today. So they can just let him play on ETC forever.
Hyper aggressive, no doubt. I think they're gonna take it anyways. Oh, gonna take Ariel with the Gul'dan here. Tychus is gonna be picked up, so they have locked down all their damage. And Ariel pairs really well with Gul'dan. It's basically like Ariel always has energy, Gul'dan always has health, which means he always has mana as well, so it's a really strong pairing. Johanna's wave clear removed here by Mighty, and Tempest may just take the... They may take the ETC away. It's not a must ban though, because Varian's already on the table, and they're looking for a tank themselves.
Yeah, and they don't have to necessarily ban out Vala because Ariel is already taken from Tempest, but they're actually going to go ahead and take out Vala.
They're really controlling the damage here in the wave clear with Gul'dan, Tychus. Vala's removed. I know Mighty can't play Johanna either, as they've removed it themselves. Zarya's gone. Look, I feel like Zul could still slide into Mighty's composition here. It's pretty unlikely, but that would give them total control of the lanes, which without him right now, they're going to need some sort of other big, not even necessarily specialist, but big pusher in terms of controlling the early game, or else they're just going to struggle. That means they kind of have to, I was going to say they have to take ETC, because without him they're not going to be able to control the lanes, but they just take Li Ming and Muradin, neither of which have strong wave clear.
And now if ETC goes to Tempest, then this is the map where ETC's power of roaming really shows all the way, starting from the beginning of the game. And Sign...
Gonna be Diablo instead, which is similar into the Tyrael pick. We knew that Tyrael was a possibility going into this draft because of all the bans here on Warriors with Varian removed as well. We knew that was a strong possibility, but the Diablo, we'll see if this one works out. It can be very strong with Detainment Strike as well in roaming. And let's not forget Ariel has incredible wave clear too. So I feel that Tempest is really in the lead in terms of early game pressure on the lanes, getting 10 first. In terms of team fighting, you know, it could go either way, but the early game is definitely going to be theirs.
So what is the last DPS damage going to come out from Mighty? Tychus has already taken, Vala is already gone, they only have Li Ming. Something to pair up with the chain CC from Varian and Muradin. Not too many choices. Tychus is gone, Varian.
Could be Sergeant Hammer. That would give them a little bit of pressure, but I feel like they've kind of already lost that battle, so why go into the Hammer? They could try to push Falstad. Not his best map. I was going to say maybe go into even Zeratul, and you're kind of really melee at that point, but could have also been a Tassadar. Not very strong with Li Ming, but has decent wave clear. I feel in terms of early game, there's no way Tempest loses it. If Mighty's going to win this game, we're going to have to win it off of team fights and the macro that Falstad is going to give them, albeit small on this small map. Mighty versus Tempest. It all comes down to one fifth and final game. The winner of this likely will secure their spot in the Eastern Clash. This is a super important game for these two. It's all going to be decided right now on Tomb of the Spider Queen. We'll see you in game. In blue, Team Mighty. Their lineup: Joker on Murden, Sands on Varian, Magi on Falstad, Nasang on Malfurion, and SDE on Li Ming.
And their opponent, Tempest, Hyde on Ariel, Duck on Tychus, Lockdown on Gul'dan, Sign on Diablo, Modern Life on Tyrael.
We're going to see Gul'dan build into Fel at level 1. Going to be that siege and poke. They want to basically parlay this early lead into a mid-game advantage with all the sieging power they have, with all the CC they have, with Diablo, and with Tyrael. It's going to be it's going to be kind of their panic mode. It's going to be their disengage. I like the auto attack Falstad with the 2 tanks, the large health pool. Tychus is also can be kind of tanky, so auto attack Falstad going to be a good choice. There's a lot of minions that are going to need to be roaming. He's going to need to be building those stacks from the outset. Like I said, with all the wave clear that Tempest has, it's going to be tough for Mighty, but they are avoiding the big steamrolly, roamy Diablo comp right now very well so far.
We already see from the rotations that Tempest is leading just by a slight bit because they have moved around a little bit faster, as they do have a faster wave play clear. I thought Falstad was actually go into Q build because Mighty does not have the most wave clear, but actually decided to go for the team fight build with that auto attack, as Tempest does not have too much blind. Ariel does have blind later on.
Pretty impressive change of playstyle from Tempest. I feel Tempest in this season, they won. They won summer season off of team fighting alone, but their early game rotations and decision making was pretty weak. In fact, people were even saying TNL was the better team in terms of that aspect of the early game. I remember them having problems against even E-Star at DreamHack in Sweden until they got to the late game where they could team fight. But it seems like they've really tightened that up in the months that followed, as now the beginning of 2017 here in February. They know how to draft for this map, and it's going really well for the Modern Life. Dodges the Stormbolt here. And Tempest actually going to rotate up to clear this wave. They already pushed mid in. A lot of missed EXP actually for Mighty in that mid with a failed gank here.
Really feel like both teams, all 10 players, are on their comfortable hero, and basically it will be up to Lockdown and SDE having that mage fight, the skill shot fights, the duel of the mages there. Because Li Ming will have better pokes, a little better range than Gul'dan, as she also has the teleport mobility to escape.
There's not really any sort of combo for Apocalypse for the composition for Tempest. We've seen Diablo used paired with Zeratul most often, and he actually has like 4-0 in this tournament so far with that pairing, but in this case, like, Horrify kind of is anti-synergy with Apop. You're going to knock them off the circles, potentially. I'm not saying we're going to see Lightning Breath or anything like that, but who knows? We could see something unusual here to see if that could actually gain more value. We're definitely not going to see Judgment. I mean, if we did, I might jump up and down in my chair. It would be exciting.
I think the only combo I could really think, when the entire team of Mighty is on choke point, Joker getting significant amount of damage and even getting stunned with that Detainment Strike. Magi on the other side trying to soak some damage, but really can't do anything on that.
Yeah. Anyway, finish your thought.
Yeah, as I was saying, the only thing I can really say is that when they go into a choke point and Tyrael goes in with that holy ground and really block that lane from escape, and then Apocalypse can hit multiple of them. I think that's like the only possible way.
Yeah,
well, I'm sure there are other ways. That looks like one of the obvious things.
That's definitely gonna be a strong interaction on the side of Tempest, just like we see the strong interaction as I described earlier with the Detainment Strike and Diablo. These are not game-winning pairings. This is not also the thing that you think about, like, Duck is baiting this hard, and Sans falls for it. That was a sick bait. The master baiter here in the bottom lane. But it's not the combo you think about, like, oh, okay, this is why they chose it, but it's definitely something that interaction with the Holy Ground is something we will look for in these choke points on this map, absolutely. It's not as impactful as Ring of Frost into after a Void Prison, or the Void Prison into the APOC, or, you know, any sort of Zagara Maw, but yeah, strong, just to close that thought.
Yep, and with this first sets of Web Weavers, Tempest is actually going to have a significant lead in the front. Joker trying to come from the side, harassed a little bit on knockdown, but he's the one that actually dealing so much damage. And actually taking this fort down, the first summoned.
Yeah. And it's that wave clear we're talking about. They have really good wave clear, really good siege, so it's no surprise this happens. They're going to try to get punished for it here. At least that's what Mighty is looking for. Lockdown just heals up, and Sign tanks all that damage. The shields from Modern Life helping out, plus Hyde just having almost unlimited hope to just constantly heal. And now they're just going to turn their focus to the top lane.
Yeah, it looked like Mighty was trying to focus on lockdown, but Modern Life was in the way, and he didn't really juke around it. So if he jukes that, he knew that Modern Life was be the one get stunned by that Stone Bolt. So great job by Modern Life, and it's Hyde that's literally just saving everyone anywhere they are. Diablo getting caught here a little bit. The Sign, the God
goes through the wall there onto Joker.
Joker kind of helped that in a way.
Definitely did, absolutely. Without that, he would have probably died. Good reaction here by Mighty. Tempest showed in top for a moment, gave vision, and then decided, oh, there's no reason to try to siege this. It's too risky. Let's go back to our camp. So they kind of passed through mid, showed this to Mighty, and Mighty punished that movement, or at least attempted to here, but unable to get the kill. And very quickly, Tempest rotates back into 3 lanes. Already at the top, Duck's there, and they are going to hit 10 first. They have this camp too for extra pressure, and once more, Web Weavers. So this is a Web Weaver push that's going to be fairly defensive in nature for Mighty, but maybe they wanted to wait until a better moment to use it. It's one of those Web Weavers where, like, oh, I feel like I have to get these gems in because if we get wiped while they have 10, I'm not going to have gems, I'm not going to be able to turn in. But if I turn in now and they have 10, I kind of just have to defend as best as I can. Like, this Web Weaver is just trying to do something defensively, as Tempest is like, nah, you basically you aren't even real. You're just part of our imagination.
Yep, but with that, they can soak up some EXP on the top and try to soak up to 10, which is going to take some more time. But that defensive Web Weavers is still worth it than not having it. So
this
Mighty made the
Chinese
choice.
summer-style pre-mount speed nerf 5-man death ball that we're seeing from Tempest is really working out for them tonight, especially with this comp where they have so much wave clear, the lanes so close together. Taking Mighty's map pick and turning it against them. They didn't get a single fort here. They didn't get 10 either. I feel like you can't say the Web Weaver's choice was bad because it was an opportunity to turn in. They took it, and now there's not going to be any wasted gems if they lose a team fight, but it's just so unfortunate when you go into this Web Weaver like this.
Yeah, no, you can't really use the 200% on that Web Weaver, but still Mighty used that defensively.
They have 10 now. They have Taunt, finally. They have the big Twilight Dream Silence potential. But in terms of CC, like, we do have that huge Horrify. And it is going to be Lightning Breath, by the way. So, since there's nothing to combo with the Apocalypse, they actually decide to use Lightning Breath. And if he stands in Sanctification, he could do a lot of damage with Lightning Breath, totally uncontested. So very scary what Tempest can actually make happen here. They're going to get their Web Weavers here right afterwards. Mighty not going to try to take a team fight before that.
And not really a contest or big team fights, as Sign actually goes in and gets stunned and taunted. Significant, a lot of damage. Joker going around to the side. Both tankers getting some damage, but no real casualties as the Web Weavers are slowly crawling down the lanes.
Yep, this bottom one could be the last one to appear. Joker is Murden, so even though he took a lot of damage there, it won't matter. Sign's just going to dive in. It's been the story of his life tonight. Gust having to be used to disengage here means it's now on cooldown. Look at all the poke! Lockdown doing so much damage here. They are controlling the waves. Lockdown is pushing down these forts. The keep wall is now under siege. They could rotate down bot and get that keep wall potentially too, depending on how this one goes. And the lack of priority by Mighty to wave clear in this draft is really hurting them. They're not able to find anything here. They didn't take ETC either, which really I feel is something that could have countered this 5-man rotation that we're seeing. And Tempest is just pushing all over them. I mean, this is insanely one-sided in terms of pushing EXP and structural damage. They almost have, I mean, they nearly have all 3 healing fountains up still, Tempest does.
And Nasang, it's blown up. Couldn't really use the Twilight Dream, but tried to, but got cancelled during that channeling. And even Sank was popped right there. I think that was a fair trade for Mighty at the moment. It is 5v4. No, actually 5v4, that's correct.
Yeah, 5v4, and they have insane poke, and they're going to just poke down this keep. Gust being used here, and I don't even think it's going to save the keep. Sign goes in. See you later, Moggy. That's 100% a keep now. The top keep is being pressured. That wall went down. The Web Weaver was unattended because they had so much pressure. Your Lightning Breath used to secure the keep. Clear this wave. Tempest in total control right now. They had the draft for the map, and it is certainly playing out. And if you speak Korean and don't know what Lightning Breath does, I think that's what that's... no,
Yep.
It's the description there.
Exactly, because it's not the most common heroic you see in competitive, of course, as Diablo 90%, probably close to 98% of the time goes APOC.
But with nothing to pair for it here, with Sanctification to protect, and the extra sieging power it even provides here, they have Tychus, Gul'dan, Auriel. Those 3 heroes alone push waves so hard. Malfurion didn't feel the need to go Moonburn, so there's that missing. They didn't get EDC to counter the rotations around, and didn't go for any sort of big wave clear specials. They kind of conceded the point on wave clear. They wanted to go for a comp that's better for team fighting. Well, they haven't been able. They've been so far behind. They're always on the defensive. They just cower against the might of Tempest right now.
That was the biggest reason why Gul'dan was the first picked hero coming out from Tempest draft, and they also have they also had Tyrael and Tychus, Auriel, very good wave clear heroes. Along with them, when Mighty, they were looking into team fight, but look at this, they're down a talent, almost over 3 levels down. They can't really fight here.
No, they can't. Gonna be down that talent. Keep the bot is down. There's a mini wave pushing. The mini wave pushing here in mid is helping here. Here's an attempt here. Moggy's gonna go for the gust. Instantly, Aegis used on lockdown here. He is not even threatened in any way. Sign is just gonna grab on the Joker. Lightning Breath pushes everyone else away. Modern Life on the chase here too. The push of the Siege Giants I was talking about, the keep is down, the cannon tower is down. This is a huge push onto the core now. This looks to be game here for Tempest. Nasang ice blocking here, nowhere near enough. And with Duck Duck in Odin, they don't even need to get that mid keep. They are going straight for the core. And what a dominant performance here. They are going to get the kill onto Hyde, but it's going to cost Sans his life. Core now under attack, 5 dead for Mighty. And that is GG. Tempest will take game number 3, and with it, the series.
What a reaction from Hyde, just aging lockdown at the moment. Even when he was full HP, they knew they were going to focus on lockdown, so he made that decision at the moment while he was gusting in with his teammates. What a play from Hyde, just MVP right there.
Our only one-sided game in terms of this best of 5. If you watched only this one game of all 5, you'd be like, oh man, what a one-sided series that probably was. But no, it was really close. But in that final game, they just had